Hello, I'm James Christian Spaniel and I'll be discussing organizing around core competencies. So, first thing is what is core competency? It is a deep proficiency that enables a company to deliver unique value to customers. It is also a defining capability or advantage that distinguishes an enterprise from its competitors. So, core competencies embodies organization's collective learning, particularly of how to coordinate diverse production skills, and integrate multiple technologies. Uh, Core competency can also create sustainable competitive advantage for an enterprise and support them in branching into wide variety of related markets. Can also contribute significantly to the benefits a company's product can offer to its customers. So, core competencies are not easily imitated or replicated. Uh, Usually, they came from its founders or from years of experience and development. So, also provides a competitive advantage to the company due to the difficulty of replicating it. So, companies use these core competencies to create value for customers, knowing that other competition cannot enter in that same market easily. So, how core competencies work? First one is isolate. Isolate its key abilities and hone them into organization-wide sense. So this you want to isolate your key abilities and focus on them more so you can hone them and develop them further. So next one is compare. Compare itself with other companies with the same skills to ensure that it is developing unique capabilities. You want you want your core competency to be unique and that will distinguish you from other enterprise. Next one is develop. Develop an understanding of what capabilities its customers truly value and invest accordingly to develop and sustain value trends. So you want to consider your customers, what they truly value, and also invest accordingly to develop and sustain value trends. Next one is create an organizational roadmap that sets goals for competence building. So you can create a set of goals that you want to achieve little by little as your business moves forward. So pursue alliances, acquisitions, and licensing arrangements that will further build the organization's strength in core areas. So you want to widen the reach of your business, and by widen it, uh, you can acquire more ideas. You can learn more from those alliances that you acquired in order to strengthen your core areas. Then next one is encourage communication and involvement in core capability development across the organization. You want every idea that your people have, starting from the lowest position to the highest position, because this idea might work or might help you in building your organization and moving it forward. We also want to preserve core strengths even as management expands and redefines the business. You don't want to stray away from your track. You have to stay away from your track. So you want the core strengths that you develop, you want to preserve them. Even there's a changes in your management, there's an expansion, or you redefine your business. Outsource or divest. So outsource or divest non-core capabilities to free up resources that can be used to deepen core capabilities. So developing your core capabilities needs resources, and uh, you don't want those non-core capabilities to uh, eat up your resources. So you can outsource or divest them. So those resources that may will be reallocated to deepen your core capabilities, develop them more, to build them further. So identifying core competencies. So these are the guide questions for identifying core competencies. So does the trait provide a major competitive differentiation? Does it provide a unique value proposition to the organization? Uh, does the trait cover a lot of business or is useful only for a single business unit? Is it useful only for current business or for new ones? So and is it hard for competitors to imitate? So examples of core competencies. The first one is Apple. Apple is one of the most successful companies in the world, and the reason is the core competency is outstanding design. So, so great design gives them ability to access lots of market in ways that no one thought possible. So the design provides the essence of many Apple products. You can see that tablet computer is already available for years, but it wasn't become popular until Apple released the iPad. Uh, Same case also in iPod, which is there were plenty of MP3 players before, but it was the design that made it a huge success. Design is also extremely difficult to replicate as well, and it's shown by the large number of failed Apple products imitations that did not capture any market share. So another example is Google. Google is another company with a deep core competency, the understanding and development of algorithms. So algorithms are the heart of the company, from search results to contextual advertising to in-home products like Google Assistant. And their ability to develop great algorithms provides them provides them access to markets and allow for eventual dominance in those markets. Algorithms drive all their successful products and services. So you can see that uh, these two examples of core competencies by companies that uh, that understand their core competency and execute them on very well. So note that in both cases, these competencies aren't products or features. So core competencies are not limited to products or features only. So they are attributes of the companies themselves, characteristic of their culture and people. So organizing for innovation. So what is business innovation? So it is the creation and successfully application of new ideas in your organization. It could be in the form of a major breakthrough, such as creating and introducing a new product or service to market, or a series of application of small changes, such as searching better or more efficient ways of working that improve the organization. So fundamentally, innovation means introducing something new into your business, such as changing business processes to improve efficiency and productivity, or to enable the business to widen the range or quality of existing products and or service it offers. So, for example, uh, you want to use another approach or another technique in your processes to improve the quality or the efficiency or, and productivity. Then the next one is upgrading. Upgrading new and improved products and services, which is often done to meet rapidly changing customer or consumer demands or needs. So, for example, uh, you add additional features or upgrade your existing products, improving your products, and that may attract other customers. Adding. So adding value to existing products, services, or markets to differentiate the business from its competitors and increase the perceived value to the customers and markets. So this is like emphasizing the quality of your product or services that you offer. So introducing innovation can help to improve productivity, reduce costs, so be more competitive, build the value of the brand, establish new partnerships and relationships, and also increase turnover and improve profitability. Uh, mm, Next one is business that fail to innovate run the risk of losing market share to competitors, failing productivity and efficiency, losing key staff, experiencing steadily reducing margins and profit, or the worst case is going out of business. So steps in implementing innovation. So first, approaches to innovation. So innovation in your business can mean introducing new or improved products, services, or processes. This will improve your organization in terms of profit, efficiency, or reduce expenses. Next one is analyze the marketplace. There's no point in considering innovation if you don't know your marketplace. To move your business forward, analyze your marketplace and understand how innovation can add value to your customers. You must learn what are things you must consider based on your marketplace before planning the changes you want to apply. Next one is identify opportunities for innovation. You can identify opportunities for innovation through adapting your product or service to the changes happening in your marketplace. For example, if you're a specialist hamburger manufacturer, you might consider lowering the fat content of your burgers to appeal to the health conscious consumers. You could also develop a new product like vegetarian burger that could attract vegetarian consumers. Uh, you could innovate by introducing new technology, techniques, or working processes. Perhaps using better processes to give more consistent quality of product. So the next one is planning innovation. So some innovative ideas may just come you out of the blue. However, you should ideally have first is innovation as part of your business strategy. The next one is a strategic vision of how you want your business to develop. If you dedicate your time to your time in monitoring trends in your business sector, you can then focus your innovative efforts on the most important areas. So, innovation is not just for increasing the chance of survival of your business, but also help your business to thrive and drive increased profits. So, next one is assess the competition. So, find out who your competitors are and where they operate. So, use the internet and advertising sources to find out about their products, prices, operating culture, and other information that you can use in assessing your competitors. This can provide you vital information about them, such as an overview of their selling points or any area that you might be able to exploit. For example, if the competition is focused on value for money, you might want to emphasize the quality of your product or services. So next one is study market or industry trends. So awareness of the climate in which your business is operating will help you to plan. You can find a lot of information about your industry on the internet or any other resources that tackles the latest industry trends. Business and trade magazines will also feature useful articles. This will help you to be updated on what is happening today in this industry, which you will consider in formulating an effective plan. Next one is build a relationship with your customers. So it is not enough to simply just know who your customer base is. You need to communicate effectively with them as well, which involves not only listening to their needs, but also actively observing their behavior around current products or and services. You can read their reviews to see which part of your product or service to allow your organization to generate ideas on how you can make improvements or what you should change or remove on your products and services. So next one is involve your suppliers and other business partners. So pooling your resources with your suppliers or other business partners will help you to produce and develop creative ideas. So potential partnerships can also be developed through business networking opportunities. So uh, consider what taking a particular innovative step could mean for your business. So you can ask yourself what impact it will have on your business processes and practices, what extra training your staff may require, what extra resources you may need, how you'll finance the work, and whether you'll be creating any intellectual property that will need protecting. Then you should include your vision plan in your business plan by putting down your goals, both now and short term, and detailing how you intend to achieve them. And linking goals to financial targets such as achieving a specific turnover by a set date. Finally is reviewing your plan regularly. So last one is encourage innovation in your business. So there are many people that can help you to generate new ideas for your business. Suppliers, business partners, and business network contacts can provide huge contribution to the creative process as well as support and encouragement. Your employees are also one of your vital assets in generating innovative ideas. So to get most from them, you need to provide an environment where they can create innovative ideas and that encourage creative thinking. So steps to promote innovation. So make sure you have the necessary processes and events in capturing ideas. For example, you can put uh, suggestion boxes around the workplace or hold regular workshops or occasional company away days like team building to brainstorm ideas. So create a supportive atmosphere in which people feel free to express their ideas without the risk of criticism or ridicule. So next one is encourage risk taking and experimentation. Do not penalize people who try new ideas that fail. Then promote sharing ideas between individuals and teams. Good ideas and knowledge in one part of your business must be shared with the others. Explain to your people that all levels of the business share responsibility for innovation. This will make everybody feel involved in taking the business forward. Also, give reward for innovation and celebrate success with your people. Awarding incentives can play significant role in encouraging staff to think creatively. Lastly, look for imagination and creativity when recruiting new employees. Remember that innovative thinkers aren't always those with the most impressive list of qualifications. So, in funding innovation, you may consider using equity finance if you're willing to give up some control of your business to external investors. The two main routes for this are investment from business angels and venture capital firms. So, business angels are wealthy individuals who invest in private companies, typically from $30,000 to $500,000, while venture capital firms provide higher levels of investment in return for shares in the business. You can also consider government programs. This will only usually cover part of your project, but you will retain control of the shares in your business. So for other sources, small and medium-sized businesses can claim tax refunds and credits on appropriate research and development spending. So next one is organizing for efficiency. So what is efficiency? Efficiency signifies a level of performance that describes a process that uses the lowest amount of inputs to create the greatest amount of outputs. So efficiency relates to the use of all inputs in producing any given output, including personal time and energy. It's also a measurable concept that can be determined by determining the ratio of useful output to the total input. Efficiency also minimizes the waste of resources such as physical materials, energy, and time, while successfully achieving the desired output. Uh, to keep pace in an increasingly competitive world, your business needs to run as efficiently as possible. Efficiency is even more important for small and medium-sized businesses because their resources are limited compared to large companies. So, these are the strategies to increase business efficiency. First is build an effective team. So your people can help you achieve maximum production efficiency. The key here is to encourage teamwork amongst your staff, enhance their performance, and reinforce their team roles. You need to make sure that they know their set responsibilities and that they are held accountable for any task given to them. It's also important that you recognize their good performance and reward them for a job well done. Streamline your work process. So how efficient your business can actually become really depends on how your workflow. It is a good idea to assess your current processes and see if there are any stages or steps that are stopping you from reaching optimal efficiency. So by identifying those roadblocks, you can either find ways to remove them or at the very least lessen their impact. When your work processes are seamless, it will not only save you enormous amount of time, but the flow-on effect is that your staff will become far more productive as well. Next one is automate your admin tasks. If you can completely eliminate the time-consuming and repetitive tasks that you've identified as problematic, you could look at automating them. This strategy will make your life easier and will help you get more work done. Within the market today, there are many tools that can automate your most complicated admin tasks. There are inventory systems, attendance and payroll systems, accounting software, and even order management apps that are capable of making these important admin tasks easier so you can have more time to do other important jobs. Next one is leverage technology. In this golden age of technology solutions, you no longer must rely solely on people to keep your business ticking along. By incorporating technology into your business, you can reduce the amount of work that you need to do each day. The next one is make sure your resources are available all the time. Uh, no matter how great and highly productive your staff are, if you don't give them the necessary tools and equipment they need to be able to work properly, you can't achieve optimal production efficiency. Lastly, keep an eye on your inventory. So, not being able to fulfill your customers' orders because you've run out of supplies can lead a lot of stress and pressure, not to mention a loss of customers. To avoid this, it's important to pay attention to your inventory either with the help of a professional or using a uh, dedicated application for inventory system. Inventory systems lets you track your stock levels in real time, so you will know when you are running out of products and when you need to replenish your supplies. So these are the benefits of being efficient. So being efficient increases profits. So fewer expenses and more time means increasing product range and begin creating more products. Bigger orders can be fulfilled, and by making more sales, there will be an uplift of business profits over time. This can also help in increasing profit margin. In other words, there will be an increase in the amount which revenue from sales exceeds cost in a business. So another benefit in is that producing goods that are low on cost means business can price their product products competitively without affecting their margins, which can provide higher profits for them. So next one is being efficient helps meet demands. So increased efficiency can also help fulfilling customers' retail orders quickly without having to hire temporary staff or invest in more equipment to meet increase in demand. So existing staff and equipment setup can still be reliable as they are working at peak efficiency to respond to seasonal demand or urgent unexpected orders. Customers are not just after fast service, they also care about the quality of the products they consume or use. Improving production efficiency can create high quality goods and fulfill orders more quickly, which will satisfy current customers, increase repeat business, and attract new retailers. So, being efficient helps your business grow. So, it is a fact that efficient business process means greater opportunity to expand and enter new market. Since there will be fewer costs associated with producing goods, business will then have sufficient money available to make investments, expand their inventory, and set up new locations. So being efficient promotes competitiveness. So this is something that business do not often realize. So increasing your production efficiency can have a flow on effect for the wider market. For example, as you begin making your processes more efficient, your business will grow and your competitors will also need to become more productive to keep up with you. Next one is organizing according to size. So size can be defined as a structural property or a contextual variable. Uh, it is a property that in at the interface between internal structures and the environment, often characterizes the scale of the work being conducted. So size is measured in several ways, such as floor space, sales volume, clients served, net assets, etc. Most common is the number of participants, which is often most relevant in dealing with structural properties and work output. Sometimes it's difficult to separate participants from non-participants, and productivity differences can make comparisons difficult. So, how size affects structure? So, uh, th- when an architect plans a new building, the size of the building being planned will have a considerable impact on how the building is designed and the type of foundation that is used to support the building. A small building typically requires a simple design with a shallow foundation, while larger building requires more complex design and a deeper foundation. Just like in business, the number of people that belong to the organization has a major impact on which structure works best. So typical structure of a small business is flat since there are limited number of people who are responsible for many tasks. Uh, and for larger organization, uh, the structure is tall with several vertical levels or management layers, which represent a more complex structure. So, how size affects work specialization. So, another factor of organizational structure that is impacted by the size of organization is specialization, which determines how tasks are subdivided into separate jobs. The more a job is broken down into small tasks, the more specialization is required by each individual worker. So small organizations have fewer people to divide tasks among. So the jobs in small organizations have a lower degree of work specialization than the jobs in large organizations. So how size affects departmentalization. So another aspect of organizational structure that is affected by the size of an organization is the departmentalization, which establishes how jobs are grouped together. So large organizations use a high degree of departmentalization when defining jobs since they need to provide their large workforce with clearly defined tasks in order to keep the organization running efficiently. Small organizations require less departmentalization since there are a small number of people available to achieve the organization's goals, and departmental functions often overlap. As one is how size affects formalization. Formalization determines what degree the jobs in the organization are standardized and to what extent members of the organization are governed by rules and regulations. Since large organizations have taller structures, they have a longer and more structured chain of command, which results in highly structured jobs that are governed by many rules and regulations. While organizations are less formal and typically have fewer rules and regulations, since they are less bureaucratic and simply do not have the manpower to enforce a long list of rules and regulations for every job.